So as y'all can see, we are not at the court. We're not at the home studio. We are out in the city, here in the capital city of Austin, Texas, and that's because we're going into one of my favorite sneaker spots in the whole entire world. That is Sneaker Politics, birthed in Lafayette, Louisiana, now just right down the street from me. What better place to talk signature sneakers than at the sneaker store? So let's hit Sneaker Politics. One of the dopest things about Sneaker Politics is that they are invested in their community. They do events. Shakeback Sunday is one of their big things, but if you stay up on the sneaker game, this is a spot to be. It's a spot to come down and chop game with other sneaker heads and see what's going on. You see what's on the wall. You hear what's hot, what's happening in the sneaker industry. And they were gracious enough to host us and let us come down to do our unboxing, episode 3 of the signature sneaker showdown between Jayson Tatum and Ja Morant. So let's check out some shoes, let's unbox some shoes, and let's crown a signature sneaker champ. So what is the signature sneaker showdown? Well, if you're just tapping in, never before have we seen more signature models on the feet of NBA players on the court across the season. 26. That is the most in NBA history. We've seen new companies come into the space. We've seen new entrants such as Anthony Edwards jump onto the scene and make big waves. So what did I want to do? That is crown a signature sneaker champ. Just like the NBA playoffs have 16 teams after the play-in. Well, the Signature Sneaker Showdown has 16 signature models, split up into 4 regions, all starting with head-to-head matchups to then advance and crown a signature sneaker champ. If you haven't watched episodes 1 or 2, we'll go back and check those out after you watch this one. In episode 1, we saw the James Harden 9s from Adidas, a very dope basketball shoe, get knocked off by LaMelo Ball with his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle MB4s. It was the storytelling and maybe the colorways of the MB4s that I liked so much. That took place in the Penny region. Then, matchup number 2, we went to the Jordan region, the GOAT signature shoe, the 39 from Jordan brand. It went up against a new entrant in the signature sneaker space, and that is the Nikola Jokic 1 from 361. Both shoes were great. We went outside, we were on the court for that one, but Jordan 39, still the premier performance basketball shoe, in my opinion, at least that I've put on my foot. Now, I, granted, am not the imminent authority when it comes to balling. You saw how much I ran around on the court. But that matchup was taken by the Jordan 39. Today, we stay in the Jordan and the Nike family. Jayson Tatum, who is on his 3rd iteration, those coming from Jordan brand, and Ja Morant with his 2nd shoe from the swoosh. So these are 2 young, bright stars. Ja Morant, who oozes of personality, has come on the scene, known for his electric dunks, his highlight reels, and Jayson Tatum, a man known for his aura, if you watch the NBA, and his relationship with his family, really important, but a world champion now, last year with the Boston Celtics, trying to defend that world title in his signature shoe. So that is the matchup. Today, we will unbox the shoes. We are in the Iverson region. That's why I went old school and decided to bust out my Iversons. We went with the answers. So let's unbox some shoes and let's crown a champ in this matchup. So one of my favorite parts about coming to the shoe store is walking up to the kick wall, and it's all the different possibilities. What do I want to rock? What flavors, what colors am I looking for? Today, we're looking for a little more specific as we are in the signature sneaker showdown. And what do you know? We got some Ja 2s, the nightmare on Ja's. We haven't done the full unboxing, so my man Coyo over here from Sneaker Politics, 10.5?
10.5, yeah.
All right, so we will check out these Ja's. It's nice to see basketball shoes on the wall. It's not a big thing anymore. Me growing up, you saw the kicks on the court, on the television, before social media. Sorry, I'm gonna date myself a little bit. But then you walked into the shoe store, and this was the first time that you got to actually see the kick, hold the kick in person, the foams. What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? You know, smell is big for us sneaker heads. So we gonna check out these Ja Nightmares. I had to ask, and they came through Sneaker Politics. They got the official. Look, you haven't been a shoe shopper if you haven't had your parent take you to the shoe store and make you slam your foot in this. I'm not even gonna, because I know I'm not a 10.5, but I prefer to wear a 10.5. Sneakerheads, y'all know that you got your preferred size than your actual size. But yeah, we had to bust out the, Mom gonna make sure you get fitted up right, because that money is hard earned and it's gonna be spent. Let's unbox these shoes. Ja Nightmare 2. So the Ja 1 actually debuted spring of 2023. So it's been 2 years. The inspiration came from the Kobe 6 and the Kobe 8s. That's what Ja was known for wearing. So if you remember the Ja 1s, they looked very much like a Kobe, and that's where Nike basketball has continued to stay with a lot of their models recently, is a lot of Kobe inspiration. They're Kobe's, but not quite Kobe's. So 2 years later, Ja's actually Nike's first Gen Z athlete. So a lot of the marketing is a little different to try to connect with a younger generation. And Ja, the focus, comfort, and also his bounce. If you watched the play-in game last night, the insane alley-oop to himself around the defender, the Grizzlies lost, but they still got a chance to make the playoffs. But Ja is known for that. You remember earlier in the season where Ja said he was going to stop dunking. Why, Ja? We want to see you dunk. All right, you're like, we want to see the shoe, unbox the thing. Purple box, Ja logo. You see the JA on top. The 12 a.m., I was looking through all the marketing materials and I couldn't figure out what the 12 a.m. signified. So we're gonna have to do some more research, but all right. Yeah, and this is the Nightmare. So the Nightmare, I don't know if it's the Nightmare on Ja Street, but this is what I'm talking about when it comes to a signature sneaker. This screams of personality. It has the eyeball embroidered on the back. There's different materials. There's the fangs on the front. There is, there's hands grasping, like almost like they're coming out from the crib. On the bottom, then there is 12, 12 for the underdogs who have the dog in them. I believe his family's name is written. This is so dope. This is what the signature space should be all about. I know that they have put different colorways, the purple sky that signifies Ja flying through the sky as well. 14 other NBA players are rocking the Ja's this season. Yeah, this is, all right, tissue paper. They could have done a little bit better with that, but maybe I'm just being a little harsh. And no insert. Nike, Jordan brand, all the other brands put a card insert that tells some of the story in the box. Y'all are cheaping out. But the Ja is a great looking shoe. This, for a player that has so much personality, this shoe definitely reflects that. I'm gonna go with let's go 9 out of 10 on the unbox for the Ja Morant Nightmare 2. All right, let's get these babies on. Take them out on the court. We are outside once again today. Why not, man? The weather's beautiful here in Austin, so let's enjoy these outdoor vibes. Here's a debate that I've had too. Do you go sock shoe or sock sock shoe shoe? Because to me, you gotta go sock shoe. Because why would you want to put your sock on the dirty concrete? Ooh, these are light, man. These are skinny. I don't know, I think I got a wide foot. Initial impressions, these on feet, they're very narrow. I mean, the quality is dope. They're light, they're narrow, but let's see how. I mean, they're red. They definitely trading the Huaraches for my hooping kicks. Definitely a guard shoe. You know, I think out of all the ones we've done so far, I mean, this is built for much more of a man of my stature. I mean, I'm no Ja Morant, but all right, we got these things on. Let's run them around on the court. Oh! So Ja's, on-court Ja 2s, the Nightmare Ja. I mean, the color's dope. Look, it's a little too narrow of a shoe for my preference, but that's just a personal thing when it comes to your foot. But you definitely feel like you can make some Ja moves, which you obviously saw me do. Let's go look out of 15. I'm gonna do 12 out of 15 for the Ja's in terms of look. And on court, light, responsive, springy, you can feel the zoom. Let's go 13 out of 15 for on court for the Ja 2s.
Report card for the Ja 2s. Ja Morant's second signature from Nike in the red and gold Nightmare colorway, coming in at $129. Love the unboxing experience. 9 out of 10 there. Story, 8 out of 10. This shoe definitely represents Ja Morant, his personality, all of the different colorways and stories tied in with it. The 12 a.m. signifies it's 12 a.m. at night somewhere. There was a specific crystal, Swarovski crystal model that came out with that as well. So big in those two categories. Look, 12 out of 15. On the court performance, 13 out of 15. Hype, can't say that the Ja's were extremely hyped when they came out, but this is a shoe that has some appeal, obviously. 2 out of 5. Bonus points, others wearing it. 15 players currently wearing the Ja 2 in the NBA. Well, wore the Ja 2 in the NBA across the regular season. So 4 points there. Price, a very palatable $129. 3 points there. And for off-court appeal, well, I don't think you're going to be wearing this to the movies or on a date night with your significant other. So just 1 point plus 8 bonus points. Put all that together, gives you a total score for the Ja 2 of 50.
So we are at Sneaker Politics here in Austin, Texas, by the graciousness of my man Coyo, who is the Chief Marketing Executive for Sneaker Politics. First, I want to talk about y'all as a brand, because to me what sneaker shops signify is a place of community. And I know what you guys do with your Shake Back Sundays and all of your different locations. You guys are really plugged into the community. Why is that so important for Sneaker Politics?
Oh man, it keeps us like intact with like what's happening. Like we figure out, it's educational for us as well. Like sharing stories, like passions and everything.
Let's talk kicks, specifically within the basketball space. You see and you help people come into the store every single day. Are they looking for basketball shoes these days?
Mostly kids or like people that's maybe go to like Lifetime or something, or there's a couple courts nearby, so we find a couple people that are looking for hooping sneakers for sure.
And when they are looking for basketball shoes, what are they checking for? What's popping?
Initially, people usually ask for KDs, but as of lately, they've been asking for the AEs, I ain't gonna lie.
All right.
Those have been flying, for sure.
Yeah.
Colorways are crazy on it.
This whole process is to crown a signature sneaker king, and when you talk about hype, I don't think that anybody has had more hype recently than Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, same. We've been crushing it, for sure.
Let's talk about Nike, the swoosh, because Nike has been the forefront the leader when it comes to the basketball space. We know if you follow USA Basketball, the Olympics, everything with the Olympic team. What do you see from Nike Basketball? What are your thoughts on Nike Basketball as a leader within the space?
I think their peak is kind of like there. They're still up there for sure, but it's just like it's at a pinnacle right now. It's up there, but it's just not, it's not really exciting in a sense.
Innovation?
Yeah, and it's not innovative. But the AE, or like that whole silhouette, I'll grab it right quick.
Yeah, I mean the chromes, the whites.
Yeah, it's just different, man. It's like you ain't never seen a shoe like this before.
Tell me about you specifically as a sneakerhead. What do you like rocking these days? Where do you see the industry going? What's your favorite thing and what's your least favorite thing?
Okay, right now I'm more about comfort at the moment. So we just dropped the Asics for South by Southwest. These are the Gel Kayano 14, super comfortable.
Stay on your feet all day?
Yeah, for sure. I walk a lot, run a lot, so that's like where I go with it. But I mean, initially for me, I was more into like Jordans and Dunks and SBs. We don't get SBs, but I would hunt them down like as a kid. So.
Well, you guys got an amazing spot. I love what you do in the community. Keep it up. Thank you so much for having it.
Appreciate you coming by.
Appreciate it.
Anytime, man. Yeah.
So this is the third in the progression of the Tatum line. It was introduced in 2022. When they came out with the Tatums, the focus was on being as lightweight as possible. So let's see if that continues over to this iteration. Already looking at the box, it's got the JT on the top. You know that I'm a sucker for good box branding, that it signifies the shoe that you get. So 3 players currently wearing this outside of Jayson Tatum, his former teammate Grant Williams on the Celtics, and then also Bruce Brown. They've done 5 colorways across the course of the season outside of player exclusives. Tatum's been killing it in the PEs. So let's unbox these things. Remember, score is 0 to 10 in terms of the unboxing experience. Jayson Tatum 3s in platinum tint, black, Tiente Platinum, and Noir. Size 10.5 if y'all wondered what size that I wear. All right, already tissue paper. Good, positive points here because we have drawing it looks like inspiration from the design. Ooh, okay. And there we have it. Very light as promised. The deuce is on the tongue. If you guys are familiar with Jayson Tatum, he rarely plays a game without his son, Deuce, in the building. JT on the tongue as well. We have it looks like infinity, maybe circles on the heel pull, 0 on the back. That is what Jayson Tatum wears. It looks like a glow-in-the-dark bottom, which is super dope. Good looking colorway. I like the grays, the white. No card. Like, see, that's, you're missing, Jordan Brand, when you put the shoe in here and the shoe is not telling me anything other than just the shoe. I have to infer, what does all this mean? If I didn't know who Deuce was, I wouldn't know who Deuce was. So give me a little bit more. All right, unboxing of the Tatum. Good looking shoe, one that I'm looking forward to seeing how it feels on the court. We'll do 7 out of 10 unboxing. Tatum's also a narrow shoe, but it feels longer. At least it looks longer to the appearance of the foot on, here, shoe on the foot. Interesting. These don't look as good as I thought they would, but let's see how they feel. Last. Oh. on court for the Jayson Tatum 3s. It's a good looking shoe, but the first impression I had was clown shoes. That's just what came to mind. They just go out and they're wide. It feels like I'm like bonk, 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 bonk. Yeah, they're really, really long. So let me give on foot look 10 out of 15, and they're springy, but they move. There's a lot of give within them. They're definitely light, which that's the design intention. But on court, out of 15, go 11 for the Jayson Tatums.
The report card for the Jayson Tatum 3s by Nike, the Zen colorway, platinum and gray, coming in at a price point of $125. Positive unboxing experience, 7 out of 10. I like the tissue paper wrapping around the shoes with the design drawings on it. The Jayson Tatum branding on the box makes it very easily distinguishable when you're looking through your shoe closet and looking to find your pair of Jayson Tatums. Story also shining through for Jayson Tatum. We know so much about his relationship with his family and his son Deuce, that embroidered on the tongue, the number 0 on the back. Also, each colorway pertaining to a particular story relevant to the Celtics star. 8 out of 10, strong there. Look and court is where this shoe started to lose points for me. I was so excited to put this shoe on. I thought, to the eye, it looked great. When you put it on the foot, maybe that's just for my foot, but it did not look as good on foot. I described it as a clown shoe, and that's not to say you look like a clown, but it just felt clunky up in the toe area, like it widened out like a clown shoe would. But still, strong score, 12 out of 15. Court performance, they are as built, a very light shoe. You feel that you can move around in them very well. But for me, I just could not get over the look. You know what they say, you play how you look sometimes. And when I looked down at the shoe, it just didn't inspire a lot of confidence. 11 out of 15 there. Hype, 2 out of 5. Don't find a lot of people out there like, hey, you seen the new Tatum colorways? Although, I will give him credit. He has been killing it in the player exclusive colorways. Those look very good. Bonus points, 4 extra points there. There's 5 points in each category. Others, just 3 other players or 2 other players, 3 total wearing this. So +1 there. The price point, it is at a very palatable for basketball shoes within this competitive set, $125. Off-court appeal, this is a big goose egg, 0. I don't think that you're going to be, at least me, taking my Jayson Tatum 3s anywhere other than the basketball court. The total score of 44 for the Tatum 3s, bested by the Ja 2's score of 50. So in the Iverson region, our first matchup, the Ja 2's are on to the next round, awaiting the winner of the overall 1 seed in the Iverson region, who we heard Coyo talk about how much hype, and we've seen how much hype for the Anthony Edwards 1s, facing off against the New Balance 2-way version 5. So Ja 2's, the victors in our third matchup of the Signature Sneaker Showdown.
So that is it for episode 3 of the Signature Sneaker Showdown. Continue rocking with us. Subscribe to Z's and 3's. Like, share with a friend. Do everything that you need to know as we take this journey through to crown a champ on the court. Big shout out to fam over at Sneaker Politics, Coyo, for sitting down, for welcoming us in. If you're in any of their 6 locations, be sure to go check them out. They're one of the best sneaker spots in the entire world. Thank you for rocking with us. Stay tuned to the show. Let's crown a champ. Peace.